Yo, what's good? It's your boy J-Rod, and we are here with the NFL Week 3 pick'ems. And Week 2 was another rough week. It was another rough week. We had 7 losses and, some wild games. The Jets beat the Bengals down 13 points with 2 minutes left to play, and the Browns choke. What else did we have? I picked the Vikings on the road, and I don't know why I'd ever trust Kirk Cousins for a Monday Night Football matchup, but I did. So it was rough. And week 3, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I'm usually very confident in my picks. I'm not that confident this week. I ended up doing my picks on I think it was Monday night or Tuesday. I ended up doing the picks, and then I looked back to see what the line looked like, and I chose every single team that was favored. And I'm like, okay, that's just not going to happen. I have to switch it up. And it was hard for me to find upsets, so I kind of said, you know what? I'll start doing random, well, okay, not random, but I'll start, changing some because I have to, really. So I'm not the most confident in this week, but yeah. All right, so for the Thursday night matchup, we got the Steelers on the road against the Cleveland Browns. I like the Browns at home, although they had that terrible game against the Jets. You just can't give up a game like that no matter what team you play in the NFL, and that's exactly what they did. I think the Browns rebound and get a game like this. It's going to be a run-heavy game, very defensive, and for that reason, I'm going to go with the Browns because I think they can run the ball better. They got the better offensive line, and I think that's going to pretty much take the game away. Najee Harris hasn't looked good the past 2 weeks. This offensive line is terrible, and Mitch Trubisky is terrible. Not saying that Jacoby Brissett is anything amazing, but I think the Browns get the upper hand. Yeah, we got the Texans on the road to face the Chicago Bears for the first Sunday matchup, not Sunday night. We got the Texans on the road against the Bears. I got the Bears at home. This is kind of like a similar situation with the Browns and Steelers. It's going to be a low-scoring defensive game. Chicago Bears threw the ball 11 times last game. So for that reason, I'm a little bit worried about it. But I think this is a game where they don't need to throw the ball. So I think it's going to work in their favor. Obviously both offensive lines are terrible, but I think the Bears have just had a lot more success running the ball than the Texans have. I mean, Texans even last year were the worst running football team in the league. And this year I think we're going to see a lot of the same, even though I do like Dameon Pierce, although I like Rex Burkhead as a receiving back. I just think, David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert are going to be able to do more damage. And the Chicago Bears, I feel like, are better at stopping the run than the Texans. But, I mean, it's a game that could go either way. Both bad teams that, definitely come out and play, some hard-fought defensive football. Next, we got the Raiders on the road to face the Tennessee Titans. Only 28% of the people picked the Titans on ESPN Pigskin Pick'ems. But I got the Titans at home. I think they get a rebound game. Mike Vrabel's always really good in these rebound games at home as well. I think Derrick Henry can have a day, his first big game of the season. This Raiders team is not very good at stopping the run. Other than that, I was very 50-50 with this pick, so I'm just going to put my trust in Derrick Henry. I also could see the game where the Raiders come out and start laying it up on offense. We finally see a big game from Devontae Adams, finally see a big game from Darren Waller. I wouldn't be surprised. But give me the Titans at home. I think we're starting to see some of their receivers get more involved, like Treylon Burks. He looks like he could finally be that guy for this team as long as he gets some more reps. Yo, what's good? It's your boy J-Rod back with another.
What's good, yo?
What's up? All right, no distractions while recording. Next, we got the Chiefs on the road against the Colts. Only 3% of people have the Colts. I actually wouldn't be surprised if the Colts won this game. It's just one of those games that happens in the early season where, a team that should be pretty good loses to the ass teams and then finally plays well against good competition. I could see a game where they just say, hey, we gave Jonathan Taylor the ball 10 times last game, which is absolute bullshit, by the way. Not only do I have him on fantasy, right? But also it's like, okay, I'm going to go on a little rant here for the Colts. It has been I'm not even a Colts fan, and it's so frustrating. Like, I don't care if you're down 1 touchdown, 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns. I don't care how much you're down by. At the start of the second half, you should not just say, okay, Jonathan Taylor isn't going to touch the ball the whole fucking game. Dude, I do not care. You have... Ops are coming for me, man. You cannot trust Matt Ryan and this offense, when there's no Michael Pittman, no Alec Pierce, whatever his name is, you're low on receivers. You got to give the ball to your star player. Your best player, you got to give him the fucking ball, man. It's so ridiculous to me. It's just like these teams try to overthink shit. Okay, well, we can't do this because we're down. No, he's the best player on your offense. He's the only chance you're going to get to win. Give him the ball. Anyways, Colts are at home. I think they play a little bit smarter. I think they give Jonathan Taylor the ball the whole game and just try to keep possession. But at the end of the day, I just don't think it's going to be enough, and I got the Chiefs in this game. But I could see it being close, end of the fourth quarter, and Pat Mahomes makes a big play. That's what I'm predicting. Next, we got the Bills on the road to face the Miami Dolphins. I got the Bills on the road. I just need to see more from Miami when it comes to proving that they're going to be like a real contender. We've seen some good stuff from Miami. We really have. Mike McDaniels has just been absolutely phenomenal as a play caller. You know, coming from the Niners, I had a feeling he was going to be a GOAT head coach. Niners just be handing out goated head coaches to all these teams, to all these rebuilding teams, to the Dolphins, to the Jets, like Adam Saleh. Like, Niners be backpacking the whole NFL. Anyways, yeah, I just need to see a little bit more. You know, Tua had a big game. Still need to see more. I got Bills. It's just very hard to go against the Bills. Very hard to go against the Bills at this point of the season. But yeah, give me the Bills on that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Miami won, but I'm not 100% completely sold on Miami yet. Although Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle probably is the best receiving core of all time in the NFL. Like, honestly, it's ridiculous. And it's not even just because of their skill set, which they both do have great skill set, don't get me wrong, but their speed, it's almost unguardable. And if there's any defense in the league that could stop it, it's the Bills with Poye, Micah Hyde, safeties being able to drop and go forward when they have to. I think this team's going to give some confusing calls that are going to throw Tua off guard. You know, you got Milano at the linebacker position who's really good at, you know, making those deceptive plays. All right, next. We got the Lions on the road to face the Vikings. I had the Vikings at first, switched it to the Lions. It seems like every time I pick the Lions, which is actually quite a lot, especially last season, they lose, and then the few times I don't pick them, they end up winning. So it's very frustrating. I could see Kirk Cousins coming out here and having a big-time game, making up for the primetime matchup, Justin Jefferson going for 150-plus yards. But I really just picked the Lions because I wanted to pick the Lions. That's all I got to say. I'd love to see the Lions go number one in their division. Next, we got the Ravens on the road to face the New England Patriots. I got the Ravens on the road. Honestly, don't have too much to say here. I just don't think the Patriots will be able to keep up offensively. And even if they play good defense against Lamar Jackson, this Ravens offense, like I said, I just don't think it's going to be enough. And then we got the Bengals on the road to face the Jets. I was really thinking about going the Jets, but at the same time, I don't want to over-exaggerate. I can't see the Bengals going 0-3 on the season. They are on the road, which makes it a lot more difficult. I think this is going to be a very close game, but the Bengals will end up getting the upper edge. It's either going to be a really close game or it's going to be a blowout. No in between. Jets last year did end up winning this game. I think it'll be a little bit different, though. I think the Bengals, first two games, they got humbled. Now they're back, and now they're going to start playing their best football. Or not their best football, but they'll be playing better. We got the Eagles on the road to face Washington. I got the Commanders. Only 9% of people picked. This is one of those picks where it was a gut feeling. No reasoning behind it. Makes zero sense, but it's a divisional matchup. I'm going to give it to Commanders. They're at home, divisional matchup. That's all I got to say. Realistically, the Eagles should be able to stomp on Washington. But I guess it's the similar thing with the Dolphins. I'm not completely sold on the Eagles yet. Like, a lot of people say Eagles to the Super Bowl. I'm not completely sold on it yet. And I know this team has a lot of talent. Their offense is very dangerous when you think about it, though, because it's like you have one of the best, if not the best, offensive lines in the league. You have a quarterback who's mobile and is starting to become a good pocket passer. You got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Quez Watkins. And Quez Watkins is just that speedy guy to go down the field, so you can't put all your attention on A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. You got Miles Sanders, who's pretty solid running back. And this Eagles team's pretty dangerous. They're dangerous, man. You got Darius Slay on the defensive side. You got Sweat. That's on the Commanders. I don't know. You got guys who could get to the quarterback. I don't know. Just give me Washington at home. Next, we got the Saints on the road against the Panthers. I got the Saints. I just don't see Baker Mayfield or this Panthers offense getting anything going against the Saints. Leonard Fournette couldn't run against the Saints. Next, we got the Jags on the road to face the Chargers. Give me the Chargers, but if Justin Herbert ends up not being in this game, I might switch it to the Jags. But I'm pretty sure that Herbie is going to play. Next, we got the Rams on the road against the Cardinals. I got the Cardinals at home, 17% picked. Both teams haven't looked good. Both teams have been having some rough starts to the season. Cardinals had a crazy win against the Raiders to win that game. Really should have lost, to be honest. Once again, it's just another one of those gut-feeling games. Not much reasoning behind it. It's just a gut-feeling divisional matchup game at home. Give me the Cardinals. Then we got the Falcons on the road to face the Seattle Seahawks. Give me the Seattle Seahawks at home. I just don't see the Falcons getting anything done on offense. Kyle Pitts needs to get more involved for multiple reasons. For the Falcons, for my fantasy team, and for my fantasy team. Get Kyle Pitts involved! Next, we got the Packers on the road against the Bucs. I am going with the Packers, 31% picked. Bucs, they're going to be missing Mike Evans. Chris Godwin probably won't be playing. Julio Jones probably won't be playing. They did pick up Cole Beasley, which crazy me how Cole Beasley is a free agent. He's just one of the best slot receivers in the league, and he's just been sitting doing nothing. Like, he should be on a team. I'm going to go with the Packers. Kind of another one of those gut-feeling games. I mean, injuries kind of have a part to do with it. The Bucs' offensive line has been absolutely terrible, especially now that they're dealing with more injuries. I think the Packers can take advantage of that. Packers have been giving up a lot on the run, though. I think Leonard Fournette could come out and have a big game. But give me the Packers. And then we got the Niners on the road against the Denver Broncos. Give me the Niners. Not convinced with the Broncos. They only dropped 19, I think, on the Houston Texans. Russell Wilson looked god-awful again. I think the Niners defense will do a good job. Jimmy G back. I think having Jimmy G back is actually going to be really good for a game like this. I think we're going to see better games out of Debo and Brandon Ayuk. Hopefully Trey Lance gets better, man. I really wanted to see him play. But we'll see him next year, and he's going to prove why Trey Lance is the best quarterback in the league. And then we got the Dallas Cowboys on the road to face the New York Giants. I had the Giants at first, and then I was like, am I really going to have the Giants go 3-0? I don't see it. Give me the Dallas Cowboys. Cooper Rush. I don't know. It's going to be a low-scoring defensive game. The score is probably going to be like 19-16 or 17-14. Like, it's going to be an ugly Monday Night Football matchup. A lot of defense, a lot of running the ball, field goals. But I'm just going to go with the Cowboys. I think their defense is going to cause a lot of turnovers. I think Micah Parsons is going to cause Daniel Jones to fumble at least 2 or 3 times. And I think Trayvon Diggs is probably going to get an interception. And I think the turnover battle is what's going to win this game. And I actually trust Cooper Rush more, which is pretty crazy to say, but I trust Cooper Rush to be more protective of the football than Daniel Jones. Both teams should have decent success running the ball. But, yeah, give me the Cowboys. Total points scored, I put 35. I might even put it lower than that. But those are my picks. Got a few upsets in there. I'm going to be honest, not the most confident about this week. Some picks might change. Maybe not. We'll see. But, yeah, man, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed. And turn on those post notifications. Oh, wow. I'm never doing that on camera again. But turn on those post notifications so you do not miss this series or any other future videos. Love y'all, man, and peace.